My name is C.V.Akuta, in case you are joining me for the first time. I wanted to talk about the amendment bill before the House of Representatives in Nigeria. The bill to remove the immunity clauses for the vice president, the governors, and deputy governors. Even though the House of Reps has made the U-turn from going ahead with the bill, but I had my issues with the amendment attempt. So my issues are this: the Nigerian Constitution Section 308 confers immunity clause on governors, deputy governors, the president, and the vice president. They have immunity from prosecution, but they can be investigated. If you remove immunity, I'm not in support of immunity, but I have to look at this topic critically, and that's what I'm doing. If you remove immunity, for instance, that could cause so much distractions from the governors. Mind you, I'm not in support of the immunity being given to some rogue governors. But if you remove the immunity, that could be, for example, there could be allegations and distractions and false petitions upon petitions. Imagine if you do not, where your political enemies can gather together and then keep bombarding the police with petitions and petitions. That could cause distraction. That's one point. Then the second point I'm making is this: if you allow only the president to have the immunity, for instance, they can become too powerful and abuse even that privilege. Let's assume only the president has immunity. The president can turn around and decide to deal with any governor. I also want to draw from past experiences. President Olusegun Obasanjo, during his time, allowed Ngige, sitting governor of Anambra State, to be arrested by one AIG of police, I think Ige or whatever. Even with the immunity clause, the president allowed the police to arrest the sitting governor. Let's also, still under Obasanjo regime, Obasanjo and Atiku had some face-off at some point. Could you imagine where Atiku had no immunity? Obasanjo would have easily arrested him and maybe jailed him. Okay, let us also come to Tinubu's era. Even with the immunity of state governors, Tinubu declared state of emergency in Rivers State and suspended the sitting governor and the vice and the deputy, even with the immunity. So can you imagine, just let's imagine, where there are no immunity for governors and you happen to be in opposition party, you can easily be framed up and removed. So this, although the House of Reps had made a U-turn on this bill, but I think it would have been counterproductive. Okay, the argument was that it will help in the fight against corruption. It will, let's say, make governors accountable. But I disagree with that whole idea. Even the governors that enjoy the immunity, for 8 years and then came out, to prosecute them is even a problem. It could take ages. I remember the case of Orji Zokalo, former governor of Abia State. His prosecution took nearly 12 years or more before he was given 6 months, I think, jail or detention. I'm not sure when he went to jail, actually, because he came out and became a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So even with the immunity, after enjoying the immunity for 8 years, to prosecute even the ex-governors is even a problem. I've never seen any Nigerian head of state being prosecuted or being dragged to court or being sent to jail. I've never seen anyone except maybe those that were placed on house arrest by the military government. Since the era of civilian democracy in Nigeria, I've never seen any Nigerian president that was let's say dragged to court, went through the whole process of court, and then jailed. I've never seen anyone. So removing the immunity clause would have been worse. This is my argument. I've also given you the reasons why I believe it wouldn't have been a right choice for the reps to have made that. However, I'm not under any illusion. The governors and the deputy governors and even the vice president wouldn't have let that, let's say, be proceeded. They would have done everything to lobby and quench the bill from going forward. Even the fact that Reps has made a U-turn, I'm not surprised. It looks to me like the governors had swung into machinery, has swung the machinery into use to lobby and maybe stop the bill from going further. So in a nutshell, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been nice to remove the immunity clause. The best thing would be to strengthen the institutions like the judiciary and let's say the EFCC, and then make them truly independent, or make the judiciary truly independent from the executive. But however, what we are seeing today doesn't seem to look to show that the judiciary is actually independent in Nigeria. But that would have been the right thing to do. Strengthen the institutions and then see how it will be able to work. At least if the governors or presidents finish their tenure, they can be actually dragged to court, prosecuted, and actually jailed without fear or favor. But what we are seeing today, what we are seeing in Nigeria at the moment, is quite far from what we intend the institutions to do in Nigeria. So these are my points. If you have any opinion contrary to what I've just said, kindly drop your message on the comment section for me to read. Thanks and bye now.